What's up everyone, my name's Edwin and today's gonna be a different kind of video. I'm actually gonna be making some food and yeah, let's go. Alright, so the recipe for today is a roast beef. I've never done this before and yeah, let's see how this goes. Alright, so my mom bought this cross rib roast that's boneless. And I'm going to try roasting it with some carrots, onions, garlic, celery. Also have some rosemary and some mustard that I'm going to lather on the meat before I put it in the oven. Where is the mustard? Where did the mustard go? Found it. Okay. So I took this meat out of the fridge for about an hour just so that you can bring it up to room temperature, and now I'm just gonna pat it off because this has a bit of moisture. Alright, so the thing is with this recipe is that I don't have a recipe. So I'm basically eyeballing everything in this video, including this mustard that my mom bought. And yeah, I think I'm gonna use around half a bowl of mustard for the meat. It should be enough. Or maybe a little bit more, just a bit more. Please. So I tried it and it's kind of strong, so in order to cut it I'm gonna have to add something. That's where the rosemary comes in. And like, wow, look at that, beauty vlogger, jeez. Nah, for reals though, I'm just like putting a bit of rosemary in the mustard to cut that spice and make it a little bit more fragrant. And yeah, then I'll just be plucking these extra little guys out and mixing it together to combine. After that, I'll just put it off to the side because it's in the way, and I'll bring the meat back. Right, so I'm gonna rub some oil all over the meat and then season it generously with some salt and pepper, making sure to get all over the meat. Now that the meat is seasoned, I'm just heating up the pan on high and I'm gonna sear the meat. Okay, this is my favorite part, just listen to this. Oh my goodness. While the meat is still searing, I'm just gonna chop up a whole onion. But yeah, excuse my terrible knife skills, I'm gonna definitely work on that. All these vegetables are gonna be used to flavor the gravy at the very end. So it's been around a minute, and I'm just gonna check to see if there's enough color on this. And yep, looks pretty good. It's that nice brown color. So searing isn't meant to cook the meat all the way through. We're just trying to get a nice color on the meat before we put it in the oven, where it's going to actually cook all the way through. So I'm just going to take this out of the pan and put in all the vegetables. So I'm doing this because I want to get all that leftover residue of the meat left on the pan into the vegetables. So it was around this point where I realized that eating a block of meat isn't like a great balanced dinner. So I decided to make some mashed potatoes over here. We got some butter, some half and half cream. Started mashing away with this tool that was whack. So I used these tongs instead. And then an hour later we get this beautiful roast beef. Just look at that. Along with it, we got all this juice that we're going to use to make our gravy. My mom was actually helping me here. She's taking some vegetables away. Whee! And pouring all that juice left over from the meat back into this pot that's going to be used to make our gravy. Just look at that. Pour some red wine in there. And it's all gonna cook off that alcohol flavor once we heat it up. Champagne poppy, if you know, you know. Cut some mushrooms up. And then yeah, moment of truth. Time to cut into the meat. I was so scared at this point, I had no idea what it looked like. But thankfully, we got that perfect medium rare. Beautiful. And then now my mom's just cutting up the meat so it's a little bit easier to eat than just stuffing your face. First bite. Ooh, ready? Mmm. 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 It's good. Oh, so good.